What's going on, everyone? This is Kevin here, coming at you with my hands-on and first impressions video of the Motorola Moto G Stylus 2026. So yes, this is the new version of the Moto G Stylus. We're getting a lot of improvements this year with the Stylus specifically, and I'm really excited to show you this phone here in this video. So let's get started. So this is the Motorola Moto G Stylus 2026. Now the device just launched in April of 2026, and it does have a full MSRP of $499. Now I'm assuming as time goes on, this phone will be offered at more and more carriers, and typically if you buy a phone through a carrier, you can save some money, and especially if you're switching in from another carrier, they do generally bundle up some really nice promotions. So I'd imagine that a lot of people who end up getting the G Stylus 2026 won't actually be paying that full price tag, and that's definitely a good thing because this phone did receive a price increase from last year. But before we get too far into things here with the G Stylus 2026, let's take a look and see what all comes included in the box. So here is the box. You can see right there the name of the phone and the year. So it is a slim box, and that's because there's not a whole lot included here. So I'll show you though what we are actually getting, if I can open it up here. So first thing is we got this packet inside, and then in that packet we're getting a SIM card removal tool. We're also getting some literature here about the device. And then finally, we are getting a double-sided USB-C cable for charging and data transfer. Now with the Moto G Stylus 2026, this device does support up to 68-watt fast charging, which is really fast. That's extremely fast. So you'll definitely want to make sure that you pair this cable up with a wall adapter that actually supports those charging speeds. Because again, that's a great feature to have here with the phone, but chargers that typically are able to charge that fast tend to be more like laptop chargers. So you might have one already that is that fast, but definitely take a look, and if not, maybe try to acquire one because that'll make for a great experience. Now I want to start off by showing you exactly the new features we're getting here with this stylus, and seriously, there are some nice improvements. So in removing the stylus from the phone, you can see we now have this new panel that pops up here, and unlike previous styluses from the Moto G Stylus phones, this one actually has its own internal battery. So when the stylus is in the phone, it does recharge the stylus, but previously those styluses were simply just a plastic stick that you'd use with your phone, but this one actually has real tech inside of it. So one of the first things you'll notice is that you can hover over and you can see different items here on this menu. So we've got features such as hover to magnify, we've got add to note, we've got new note, and then annotate, and then there are more settings related to this. So I haven't even really gotten too far into this here, but you can see lots of different options here. There's last known location, and I can even hover over the settings here without actually touching the display itself with the stylus. And then with the stylus, for the first time, we're getting pressure sensitivity. So when you're doing things like drawing, it will actually take that into account, and it will give you a different type of pen experience. It can also tell at what levels the pen is tilted, so that will also impact how your actual drawings look. You can do other things too, like sketch to image, but I'll be showing you all of that in a separate video. There's so many new improvements to the stylus this time around, and I feel like it does justify its own dedicated video, so definitely stay tuned for that content. Now, what's especially awesome about the Moto G Stylus 2026 is that if you removed the stylus feature and you just go off the phone as it is, even without that, this is still a very good and capable smartphone, really giving us a lot of value. And it starts with this really massive 6.7-inch display. So we're getting a nice big canvas here on the device for viewing content and really doing anything else. It is an AMOLED display, and we are getting a 120 Hz refresh rate. So again, a really good looking display here with the phone. Now we are getting Gorilla Glass 3 on the display itself, which gives us a lot of extra protection there. So it is nice and durable. And then beyond that, we're getting a plastic frame with this device, and then the material on the back of the phone is called silicone polymer. So some people call it vegan leather. It kind of looks like leather a little bit, but it's really just a nice, good quality material that feels soft to the touch, and I like too that it doesn't pick up any fingerprints. So overall, it's just a very nice looking phone. And this is the Pantone Lavender Mint color, and I just really like this color a lot as well. Now the device itself is 8.3 millimeters thick, so overall a pretty thin device, especially considering how much tech is actually packed here into the phone, and then also considering that we are getting a built-in stylus. Now with this device, the display is 1080p, we're getting a PPI of 444, a 20:9 aspect ratio, so a narrow but tall form factor, and then finally, we're getting an 89.3% screen to body ratio, so pretty small bezels all throughout here with the device. And then with this phone, we are getting a peak nit brightness of 5000, so the display itself actually gets very bright. So if you're going to be using this phone, especially outdoors, that's going to come in handy because it's still going to be pretty easy to see the display, even though you are out there in those bright conditions. Now up top here, there is a hole punch for the front-facing camera, and then front camera is 32 megapixels. And then with this device, we're getting 128 gigabytes of internal storage with UFS 3.1 storage. So what that means is that the storage won't be as fast as a flagship phone, for example, which has UFS 4.0, but this is pretty common for a phone in this price segment. And then what's also cool though is that with the G Stylus 2026, we are getting micro SD card expansion. So I love that with this phone, we are getting that option to add in an SD card to add even more storage to the device. I know there's a lot of people that still love having that feature, and nowadays it's really hard, and especially with mid-range smartphones and higher, to even find that feature present. So thankfully that is here with the phone. Another nice bonus too is that we are getting wireless charging at 15 watts. So really awesome as well that you can just put this phone on a wireless charger, and then from there it'll charge up. And that's also something that you don't always find with mid-rangers. Even the Galaxy A57, which is $50 more expensive than this device, doesn't have wireless charging. So again, I'm really happy to see that here with the G Stylus 2026. And then with this phone, we are getting an in-display fingerprint sensor, so it's really fast and responsive, so that works really well. Definitely a big fan of that feature, and it is very well implemented. And then we are also getting Face Unlock. And then on the back of the phone, at first glance, it looks like we're getting a lot of different cameras, but we're actually getting a dual camera setup with a 50 megapixel main camera and then a 13 megapixel ultra wide angle camera. So I'm not sure what this other camera looking thing is. I believe it helps with bringing in light or like light detection. So let me know if you know for sure, but it is not an actual camera. But here's how things look on the camera app on the device. This is the main rear camera right now. Then from there, we can go over to 0.5 for the ultra wide camera. You can fit a lot more content into a single frame, so definitely nice to have that feature. And then you can see that there is a macro mode, but that doesn't use that camera, so that's not a macro camera. In fact, I can cover it up right now, and you can see that you cannot see my finger there in the photo. So again, I'm not sure what that's used for, but macro is basically just using the other cameras, but by going to that mode, you're telling the phone that you are trying to take a macro image. And then from there, we can flip around to the front-facing camera. So there's me. We can take a standard selfie. We can crop out for a group selfie as well. So lots of options with that. We've got portrait mode as well, which is nice. And then there is the More tab here where we're getting features such as dual capture video, photo booth, night vision, panorama, time-lapse, ultra res. So if you go there, you can actually take full 50 megapixel images, so that's nice too if you want to fully take advantage of the abilities of the camera system here. And then over here in video, the phone does max out at 4K video at 30 FPS, so there's no 60 FPS option for 4K. If I tap on 60 FPS, it switches things back over to 1080p, so at least you are getting 60 FPS with 1080, but I would mostly recommend that people use the 4K at 30 instead, because then you're getting those nice crispy video clips. And then for the front-facing camera, we're also getting the same situation here with 4K at 30 FPS, so that is really nice. So if you are a content creator, this phone could be a good option for you because you're also getting that stylus, which I feel like could help make video editing on your device even a bit easier. Now with this phone, we're getting 8 gigabytes of RAM paired up with the Qualcomm Snapdragon 6 Gen 3 processor. So overall, definitely a mid-range configuration, but in general, this phone has been nice and fast and smooth so far. It hasn't even taken a long time to set up the device, which is always great, and that's definitely due to that pretty good chipset that we're getting here. So definitely worthwhile for the price of this phone. But let's go over to the benchmarks, and you can see for Geekbench 6, I got a single core score of 999 and a multi-core score of 2946. So what I recommend doing is running this test on your current phone and then compare your scores to these scores to really see if the G Stylus 2026 is actually a performance upgrade for you, because potentially it might not be. And then with this device, like I mentioned, we are getting 68 watt fast charging, which is amazing. And then the battery does have a full capacity of 5200 milliamp hours. So a nice big battery here with the phone, and then pairing it up with that fast charging is certainly really nice. And then with this device, we're getting Android 16 out of the box. A pretty nice Motorola experience here, so they have added in their own features, which is great, but at the same time, you're getting many of the benefits of stock Android. And then with this, we are getting up to 2 major Android software updates into the future, which honestly isn't that great necessarily, but at least we are getting some updates that are pledged. So with this device, we are getting NFC, so you can use the phone for tap and pay. And then we are getting an IP68, IP69 dust and water resistance, so this phone can go underwater for up to 1.5 meters for up to 30 minutes, and things will be safe. Now on the right side of the phone, we've got volume up, volume down, and the power button. We've also got what appears to be a noise-canceling microphone. And then on the left side here, we've got the slot for the microSD card and SIM card. Up top here, we've got another noise-canceling microphone. And then on the bottom of the device, we have the stylus, main speaker, USB-C port for charging and data transfer, microphone, and then this is really awesome as well. We are getting a 3.5mm headphone jack with the Moto G Stylus 2026. So this phone really does have it all. We're getting SD card support, we're getting a headphone jack, we're getting a nice display, we're getting some really nice updates too with the pen, and overall this phone really is the full package, and it really has carved out a lane just for itself. There are many features this device is equipped with where you cannot find really any other phone that actually delivers all of that. But I hope you enjoyed my video here of my hands-on and first impressions of the Moto G Stylus 2026. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. This is Kevin here, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care and have a great rest of your day.